Yeah, look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Yeah, I just hit a Mikey for the juice. Yeah, ain't no capping, I'ma tell the truth. I've been winning for so long, it's hard to lose. Yeah, Dio, be my source, Christian like Dior. Yeah, I can't stall when I'm far, I just get back up. Yeah, I've been quiet all along on my TP toes. Yeah, I can't keep it to myself, I just give and go. I'm a visionist, yeah, you can't picture this, yeah. Ain't no way you cannot work me, boy, I live for this. Yeah, sipping essential, that's the essentials, I'm influential. Yeah, straight fundamental, that's fundamental, on instrumentals. Yeah, speed of the tempo, yeah, we got potential. Shoot a movie like I'm Denzel, running my route to the end zone. And they still can find me, man, you know where to find me. I'm tryna get me a Grammy so I can dedicate it to my granny. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Yeah, I just hit a Mikey for the juice. Yeah, ain't no capping, I'ma tell the truth. I've been winning for so long, it's hard to lose. Yeah, Dio, be my source, Christian like Dior. Yeah, I can't stall when I'm far, I just get back up. Yeah, I've been quiet all along on my TP toes. Yeah, I can't keep it to myself, I just give and go. Yeah, I just turn my L's into W's. Yeah, I just told my sins, yeah, I'm no true. Yeah, stay in your lane, don't you pick and choose. I can't waste my time, I got a lot to lose. To the game that we all on, that was doubting us all along. Now we charting in Hong Kong, no competition, they all gone. Bless, stress, play the game like it's chess. We next, that's a check, over stripes, yeah, yeah. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Living the moment till I die.
Sometimes I just wanna disappear, running until I can feel you near. I need a new purpose, I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching, you're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away to your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away to your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away.
the light goes, let the night go, light the highs forever. Follow me, cause I know where we going. Bag your phone, no pictures. Won't forget, won't miss it. On the door, say you know me like sesame, they'll let you ride in. You can skip all the rules. Don't need a miracle to change your whole life. I ain't no mystery, sophisticated type. I'm just doing things the way that I like. Ooh, I just do my own thing. Ooh, I just do my own thing. I don't care what they think. We don't need no education. We already know how to make it. We just do our own thing. And I know that here it's in the basement. You just waited till the basic. What you think? What you think? How'd you like it when I do my own thing? How about we all just do our own thing? Do our own thing, just do our own thing. Don't you like it when I do my own thing? If you want, we can be on the same thing. Ooh, I just do my own thing. Ooh, I just do my own thing. I don't care what they think. Ooh, I just do my own thing. Ooh, I just do my own thing. I don't care what they think.
Sezi sonke kumnandi bonke abafazi bezala. Sonke si sexy, sonke si flexy, sizobusha. Shunga intuthu khala isigubhu olokaqa. Sizobumnandi sithamela ilanga sikokophaqa. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra.
2x2, jump in a 4x4, ayy. Shawty came with a best friend, got a bench friends, but she want more, ayy. What's in store, ayy? Just jump on the floor, Tell her who are you, ayy? With a 2 life crew, ayy. Come on, toy on the rhythm with the ones making speakers boom, ayy. Throwing up gang signs, but I make pound signs, pinks and blue, ayy. Doing no magic, but I ain't Doctor Who, ayy.
Sezi sonke kumnandi bonke abafazi bezala. Sonke si sexy, sonke si flexy, sizobusha. Shunga intuthu khala isigubhu olokaqa. Sizobumnandi sithamela ilanga sikokophaqa. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra. Ungasipotozina na, ungasilokotisha na. Shayigagaso, ungatheleki lana. Timbezi zinyo washa, na indandathu. Future phaka siyahamba, khalubu khafa. Sonke siyaconsa, gobhoza umfila yikha. Dake yothintathi na. Phika masiphikelana, ngena isikhwephezana. Fika yenyo sigcwala, nanko magwebo sishaya. Hey, ngoko with the whip. Saka when you hit. Sezi sonke kumnandi bonke abafazi bezala. Sonke si sexy, sonke si flexy, sizobusha. Shunga intuthu khala isigubhu olokaqa. Sizobumnandi sithamela ilanga sikokophaqa. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra. Wozala, shana wozala. Sidla ubusha, wozotrra.
Tough luck, babe. Struck out when you had about 30 chances. One bad day, now you don't know how to pay for the damage. I don't wanna climb. If I'm gonna fall back, it's a waste of time. Keep winning. How the hell do you make it look so easy? I'm spinning, and I can't seem to get back on my feet. Yeah, I might give up, cause I'm falling down now. Won't be good enough. I miss it. Those days when nothing ever really mattered. So willing to give it all deep into you might just shatter now. You're scared of time. Gotta beat the clock now. It's all up to pride. Tough luck, babe. Struck out when you had about 30 chances. One bad day, now you don't know how to pay for the damage. I don't wanna from here? Is it worth the fear? All alone, filling up with tears, and I'm hardly here. I am still burning slow. Though it's stuck it out now, is it time to go? Keep winning. How the hell do you make it look so easy? I'm spinning, and I can't seem to get back on my feet. Yeah, I might give up, 'cause I'm falling down now. Won't be good enough. I miss it. Those days when nothing ever really mattered. So willing to give it all, even though you might just shatter. Now you're scared of time. Gotta beat the clock now. It's all up to bright. Tough luck, babe. Struck out when you had about 30 chances. One bad day, now you don't know how to pay for the damage. I don't wanna cry. If I'm gonna fall back, it's a waste of time. See, I've been wondering if you'll come over. Will you come over to me?
Look at the state I'm in, and I am sober. I am sober. I'm addicted to that something. It always happens every time we touch. We made something out of nothing, and now I can't let go. You are all that I see. I've been looking for some synchronicity, and when it comes to you and me, no, we can't escape this electricity. Electricity. I'm looking at you now, and I feel the power from you.
And I don't know how,
But you got my mind racing, it's racing, oh. I'm addicted to that something. It always happens every time we touch. We made something out of nothing, and now I can't let go. You are all that I see. I've been looking for some synchronicity,
Said it's strange, yeah. You say nothing's changed, yeah. But I don't know who your heart's with. And now, girl, you're so different. But you act like you don't know. Baby, when I hit you up, you don't wanna talk. You ain't pulling up, baby, like you used to. Fuck these other bitches, girl, I only want ya. But you always build me up to let me down. To let me down, down. You build me up to let me down, down. Now you got me running round, round. You build me up to let me down, down. You build me up to let me down, down. You build me up to let me down, down. Now you got me running round, round. You build me up to let me down, 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 down. Oh, you build me up to let me down, down. Oh, you build me up to let me down, down, down. God, I'm trying, but I feel like time is wasting. I don't know how much more I can take this. Got everybody in our business talking about it all. Baby, when I hit you up, you don't wanna talk. You ain't pulling up, baby, like you used to. Fuck these other bitches, girl, I only want ya. But you always build me up to let me down. Fuck these other bitches, I only want you, you. So why you pull me down, girl, the way you do? And no matter how bad you treat me, girl, I'll be there for you, you. So tell me why you always build me down, down. You build me
I heard you had food poisoning the other day, mate. You feeling better now?
Yeah, a little bit bad yet, but getting better.
It was after the travel, right? We came from Riyadh, and then afterwards you guys had to play some online stuff. And was it here in you're here in Malta, right?
Yeah, we are.
eat?
Huh?
What did you eat? It wasn't good.
I have no idea, bro. Could be anything.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot of food. So
Well, you guys got a spot around here, right? You got a little facility and stuff. Do you you enjoying it? I heard you guys are enjoying your time here.
yeah, here's good. We are like 5 minutes from the hotel, so it's way better to be in our apartment, with our stuff, not with like a luggage with a lot of clothes.
Yeah, that's
I have
Yeah.
so it's way better, man. Way better.
So it's good having a base in Europe.
Yeah, or a second home probably.
The only problem is the ping, right? What are you guys getting? Like 50?
45, 50, almost like any. So
That's true, right? You have to do that's so it's not a problem. The ping's not an issue. You're happy. You're okay with it.
yeah, in practice, whatever you can play with 100 ping, but in tournament is we play against like the people with 5 ping, so it's a lot of difference.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Okay. Well, have you guys been out swimming much here? You know, you there's so many spots around Malta to go swimming. Have you boys been out much?
We have been, but I have no idea what the name of the beach here. So, but it's beautiful. It's cold. The water is cold. The water is cold, isn't it? Is it?
I think it's warm. It's all right. It maybe not as warm as Brazil.
Yeah, probably not. But it's beautiful. It's here is everything is beautiful here. All the nature, the Popeye village, and
Oh, you've been out there?
yeah, but it was closed.
Oh, you went to go into the actual movie. Okay, so that's like that Popeye's Village part. That was a movie set at one point. They turned it into a theme park. Did you go on the cliff on the other side with a nice view?
Yeah, but it was closed. Like the Popeye village was open, but to enter the water was closed because a lot of wind.
Yeah, well, there's a nice protected bay there. So if okay, that makes sense.
It was danger to go in the water.
Okay, so you picked a bit of. It has been a bit windy here lately. Yeah, all right. Well, who should I ask about the beaches? Fallen going to know? Will Gary know? Will they know where you've been swimming?
Not really. Not really, bro. We're just practicing a lot, so.
Okay. How you going? Good. Not too bad. Let me take it. Let me take a knee here.
Sorry.
You're sweaty.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Caserato about Malta and what's been going on. You guys enjoying your time here?
Yeah, Malta is amazing. So it's end of summer, right? Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's close to Brazil.
So it's like 30 degrees right now for those people playing at home. I was just asking Caserato if you've been for a swim. He said you guys went to Popeye's Village, but it was closed. He said it was too windy.
Yeah.
Do you go out for a swim around here?
Yeah, we went to the beach close here, to the hotel. The other time we went to Popeye Village too. We never went to Gozo, so we need to go someday there. It's good.
Yeah, I haven't been to Gozo either. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. I went across. You should go to Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon's where you
Oh,
went.
Blue Lagoon's better. Okay, perfect.
But that's where you got the crystal blue water and everything like that, and everything's nice. But we were traveling back with you guys the other day. So you come back, you played some online tournaments. You had to stand in. How much, mate? You happy to get back in the server or what?
It was fun. I really like to play with them. It was really fun, but I was not supposed to be that. Caserato, he got sick in the last day before the tournament, the final. But it was cool. We are just having fun and preparing for the Pro League.
Are you going to stay in the hotel or back in your place here?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get 2 beds.
Yeah.
Quite a luxury to have, mate. You come out here on the Friday, Saturday nights for Pastroville, and then you can go back to your place during the week.
Yeah. We are ready, bro. We are ready.
If you have I don't know, do you change bed if you lose a game? Like one night you can sleep in each bed, see if the superstition?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You'll have like your place, so it's much better.
I heard Fallen in an interview say, this team, you guys want to play together in CS2. Does that mean you're spending any time like seeing what CS2 has at the moment, or is it all focused on CSGO still?
No, all focus on CSGO. We need to. We are anxious to see the CS2 when go out, and I mean, it will be a chaos for every team for sure. But it's exciting that you see Valve like giving us a new game after so many years. So I started playing 1.2, 1.3, so a long time ago, and I'm here yet, like playing CS:GO and going to CS2. So it's amazing. I'm really happy.
Let me ask you this one. You can't say Cello, but you can use Gary, you can use Caserato, or Yuri. They're not listening. No one's watching right now. But which one of the 4 Fury guys, when you join, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite now?
Who's my favorite? I think the one that got closer is Yuri for sure. I don't know why, but we just get along very well. We sit together in a lot of positions. We play together as well. So I think it's the one where I get along a lot. But the other guys are awesome too. I mean, I already knew Cello from the past. He's very talented. A lot of things to learn in the game, but he can fix and get rounds done just by his pure skill, which is awesome to see. And then Caserato has his own style. He's very slow, very methodical. He remembers me of Kozir in the past. Like every single step he does is well thought and he's very conservative on his game style. And then there's Art, which is completely opposite. So it's awesome to see. And there's a lot of difference between my thinking and Art thinking, but I think both can help each other. We have been seeing that on the server. He's been playing super well, and so far it's been super fun. I'm very excited.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you for your time. I'll leave you to it. Good luck with the table tennis, mate. And I'll let the Spaniards know that Gary's coming.
10,000 Spaniards come for Gary.
Bloody hell. All right. I guess we're live. This is Alex from Movistar Riders, mate. There's a few changes in your team since we saw you last in Pro League. What's been going on?
I mean, we try to have the best options possible.
Yeah, we'll follow the player manager.
Yeah, and yeah, we are here with the new players, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, mate, I will get off the Counter-Strike for a second. And I know you live in a sunny place, but you look like you've been in the sun. You've been outside enjoying summer. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we enjoy as much as we can at the prayer break. With
holidays anywhere?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go to anywhere in my city. Like, I have everything that I need. And yeah, I mean, we are enjoying the weather we have in Spain.
Sorry, mate. That's a bit harder. But okay, so you just stayed at home?
Yeah, nothing special this summer.
Okay, all right. What do I want to know about here? Because actually, you know what? I've seen this new boy, right? You want to tell me? So he's got a Romanian flag, but he's played for a bunch of Spanish teams. I assume, how many languages does he speak? Do you know? Mr. Adam S.
I mean, I think he speaks like 3 languages: English, Romanian, and Spanish.
What's happening?
I mean, I'm in the rivals now.
Yeah, but you're in the right. Do they know where you're from? They know you're from Portugal.
Yeah, they know I'm from Portugal. Yeah.
You sure?
I'm a beast from Portugal.
So it's everything's fine. There's no dramas in the team. Everyone's happy. They're not the old rivals. You're not thinking, man.
I was. I mean, they like me. I like them. So, I'm very good there.
So no fake drama that I can pull out of this. Everyone's friends.
Yeah, we are all friends.
That sucks. Why can't there be?
Back in the days, we were all rivals and enemies, but now, yes, we are very friends, very close friends. Yeah.
Now when you talk about it, you're talking about, yeah, like I knew the tendencies of how you like to play this position or play the clutches. Like, are you talking shit with each other like that?
Yeah.
What do you want to say? You want to say anything to people at home?
I don't. Hello. It's okay.
There you go. See, that's nice. You can even speak
I'm
in.
shy, you know. Yeah, I'm shy.
You're aggressive. Orpa's always shy, right?
No. I don't know how to say, but I'm more passive, you know. Now, yeah, like.
Oh, you by choice or the coach again?
The coach, the coach. Yeah.
He's trying to be more passive.
So it's
I'm passive now.
Okay.
When I started, I was more aggressive.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's enough from you, man. We look forward to seeing you in the service. So good luck this week. Thank you.
Your individual form, though, this year, I think has been like remarkable in terms of like I think it was Blast. I'm thinking of then. You had some great events in Blast. And then what's been the secret? What's been the vibe? It's like it seems like you're really thriving in this Tier 1 environment.
I don't know what the secret is. I think the setup is pretty comfortable. Like, I mean, all the staff around us, the big lad over here, the IGL.
He said he's been training you in the gym. You want to kind of fill out a little bit more? You've got the height, but maybe you need a bit more muscle on you.
He's been helping me a little bit, also this guy.
Look at those guns as well. He's got like the 20-inch pythons coming through. Davey, what we're talking here? Like, we got to like 18 inches yet?
No, I have no idea.
You no idea? I bet he does.
I do the Stairmaster.
You do bums and tums every single day, kind of keep that in shape. It's looking nice back there, if you don't mind me saying. Wow, so we've got the A-man. Who are we playing against here?
The manager.
Oh, the manager. Okay, let's have a look over here. Milas, as the manager, I have to say, this team is looking like the happiest I've ever seen a Counter-Strike team. What's the secret?
The secret?
How do you keep the Danes happy at this point?
Okay, well, we had a lot of talks of how we wanted to act as a team, like towards each other. And I got to give a lot of credit to Kasper Straube.
Okay.
He came in with a lot of good things and all really, I don't know, when you talk about like performance and teams, sometimes there's like big concepts up and like, oh, is this like a thing or is it just like a way too big concept to grasp? But he put some like really simple stuff down that makes really good sense. So we just trust him and follow what he's saying basically, and it pays off. Basically, I believe so. Believe in it, and it pays off.
We've got a big game coming up with NIP to open things up. Bit of a Scandinavian derby. How are we preparing for that one? And obviously, made very light work of the boys last time. It was like looking easy out there. Obviously, don't want to underestimate your opponent. Are you kind of focusing on the mental element of the game?
Well, I don't want to talk too much about like the game side of it because yes, I know a bit about Counter-Strike, but that is the coach and the players part. But we just want to put the best. We want to facilitate the players the best that we can. We try to recreate what we've done before because we feel like we found a really good what do you call it? Like schedule. I can't find the English word for it, but like a good routine, I would say.
Some structure.
Some good structure and routines, and we try to follow that. And after that, we evaluate and see is that the best thing we could do, or can we do even better? And then talk to the players, ask what they think about it, and then we try to improve.
How's it going, brother? How are you finding Malta?
It's going great. It's nice weather down here.
Yeah.
It's a bit far away from
Are we going
Denmark.
to see you swimming? Are you go down to the beach at all?
Oh, definitely. I got my summer body ready. I've been training all year.
I can see that. I'm actually kind of liking what I'm seeing.
No, thank you. No, I'm definitely looking to,
How
enjoy the weather.
How are you doing as a player? It seems like your confidence is actually doing really well. On the server outside, it seems like you're kind of relaxed right now and kind of in a good place.
Yeah, I'm quite relaxed inside myself. I know what I'm capable of on the server and outside the server, and it's being very appreciated by the team. So that just brings even more confidence to me, of course, right? That's probably why I'm so it shines through a lot, right?
Yeah. Finally, we are trying to find out what the God res is right now. So what res are you running and what sensitivity?
I'm running 1280 times 960, I think.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's the
sensitivity. What are we talking?
sensitivity 2, just straight up 2.
DPI 800.
400.
400. Okay, bro. Well, I'm going to keep track of that. If you do well in the tournament, I want to see whether people stick with their original sensitivity, their resolution. Best of luck, Borup. Big fan. Device, same question to you. We're looking for the God res right now. What are you running in terms of resolution and sensitivity?
I think everyone is copying Dunk,
Okay, yeah, everyone's a Dong fan right now. Everyone's talking about it. What's he running? Do we know what the God res is?
Yeah, it's 1280 And then it's 960, yeah, two and a half in cents.
Okay.
And,
Is that what you're going to be running this tournament as well then?
Okay, it's too high cents. It's too high cents. I play cents 2. I think it's a conservative.
Okay, so 400 DPI as well.
Yeah.
So you guys are running like the same setup as well. So you got the same setup as well. So everyone's kind of running the 1280 960. I'm not a big.
I'm trying something new though. I'm trying the Molotov settings where you can see over the Molotov where you play like high shader and texture.
Okay.
I'm
All
trying
right.
that this tournament. Let's see how it works.
We're going to check in towards the end of the tournament.
Maybe it's shit.
Maybe it is shit. We'll find out. Let's do a couple more of these. You've avoided me for a little bit. What's the God res? You running 1280 960 as well?
Of course, it's the best. Nothing to say.
Why do people not play native? What's the problem?
I don't know. For me, it's just the game feels too slow and like.
I guess that for me that feels good though. I like the fact that not like swinging on my screen super fast. I like to take my time and kind of line it up.
But you also feel slow yourself in stretch. You just feel fast. You know, you're just running fast. It just feels better.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Fair enough. Well, how are you feeling for the tournament? How's the individual form looking coming into Malta? It's a lovely, glorious destination. You want to put your best foot forward here. How's the individual prep?
I mean, it feels great. And we're ready to play again. On land, we just played Pinnacle online cup. Didn't go too well.
Didn't go too well,
exactly.
but it's an online cup, right?
Exactly.
So, like, you don't feel like that's going to be too detrimental going forward?
No, not at all. I mean, we talked about we just played it to get some officials right, like get some practice before an actual land, and we did that. It didn't go the way that we wanted. Doesn't really matter for us because it's not an important tournament, right? And now we're here and ready to play land again.
El Jacko, some might know him as Jackson Wolf, but he is the man that stole the mint slices, so I've managed to track those down. How you doing with them? It looks like they're unopened at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't even touched them, but I don't think they're going to last past today.
Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. Might do some progress updates throughout the day, throughout the week. Now, what's your job? What do you do? Because people might not have seen your face too much before.
I'd say I'm the camp counselor here, you know, so all the outcomes and all the scripts and who's winning, that's definitely me. No, I'm just kidding. The product manager here, so just help with the organization and planning behind the event.
Tansky, how you doing, man?
Doing good, how are you?
I talked to one of your players. He told me he doesn't speak English.
He does, but just not that well.
Oh, he's just lying to me.
Yeah, he's lying to you.
That's not cool, man. So tell me, is it Lord of the Rings or is it Warcraft?
I think Warcraft.
Because of the orcs.
Yeah.
Where does it?
I think it's actually just a random name that we came up with. Like, we didn't have anything, so we we kind of call ourselves like the Polish orcs, you know, like Polish Kurom. So there's like just orcs.
All right, but you still communicate in English, right?
Yeah, like we communicate in English, and then sometimes when it happens, like that the Polish players are live, they just communicate in Polish because it's easier for them to communicate faster, you know.
So HS dies a lot.
Sometimes, like it happens.
To make it easier for them. Yeah. No, but I think it's fair, you know, a lot of people are going to see you play for the first time and stuff. So can you tell us a little bit about how the team got together?
Actually, I was not even part of the team at first as a coach. Like they played like some online cups, and they kind of felt like, okay, it feels good to play together. So they created a team, and they needed a coach. So I basically just jumped in, and we've just been starting from here. Like, you know, the grind is hard, so yeah, we just keep going.
All right, now tell me like what you feel is your strongest thing as a team, and what you would like to improve at the most.
Okay, so I think our strongest is probably like the individual performance, in my opinion. But I think we need to like be better at the communication. Also get the Polish guys to be better in English and stuff. So it's like easier for them to understand everything that's happening at every moment.
Okay, so if you could like put the 5 best players in your opinion in a team, Polish team, what would those 5 players be?
Like 5 Polish players. Yeah. So of course Dycha, Hades, Kay. I think I also will take Killer to this Polish team and.
Who? Sorry.
Kyler, Kyler, because it's killer in Polish, and maybe, of course, me.
That's a good one. You have to put yourself in there. Who's the best table tennis player on the team?
Of course, me.
You, and is that why you're just like you're waiting your turn, you're letting them battle it out, and then the winner gets to play you?
Yeah, because I respect everyone, so I'm a referee, you know, so I'm just watching them and coaching them in the table.
So you guys thought you were done, you're not done. Well, let me come over here first on your side, HS, because, well, we've seen your face before, plenty of times. So tell us a little bit what you've been doing this whole time.
To be honest, this whole time I've been working really hard, but it hasn't really shown in terms of results. But I'm here to prove myself even more now, so I'm ready.
Is this your first sort of big tournament?
I was on Pro League season 15,
So the second one, I was with EGO, organization from Poland, women versus Evolutions and Complexity. Let's take more now.
So you feel good coming into this, and you've been here before, done this?
Yeah, it's insane to come back to Pro League. For me, it's like so good feeling.
I thought like you guys were, someone was like a massive fan of Lord of the Rings or Warcraft, and that's how the name came in. And then SX told me the story, and I was surprised. So no big fans.
The story was, I think the story was some of the Twitter guy write on tweet Olimpisa orc. In Poland, it's mean like, I don't know how to describe it, like big guy, a little bit ugly, but Olymp is not ugly, of course. And yeah, that's how it comes.
Yeah, and that's how you just got to. What did you think was the name?
Yeah, basically that's the story. And then we were thinking of the name, and I was like, I don't know, just call us orcs, like whatever, don't care.
Don't care. Who's the best table tennis player on the team?
I would like to say me, but it's actually Veggie.
Can you repeat the question?
Who's the best table tennis player on the team?
It's Veggie. Unfortunately, I don't know how he know this. He said us he only training on boot camps, but it's not true. I think he have the different, I mean, other tennis table in his house. It's no way he's that good.
Oh, so that's what he said too. So that's right. All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck. And yeah, good to see you.
Executed by Hobbit, and that is getting Zaiwu. One left match from Zaiwu Nunez. Down to 1 HP, finally finished off. Flanks on flanks on flanks. Salas needs the weapon, and he needs the flash. One shot, and he's done it for Australia. Yeah, but what? There's more. Simon's here and opens the door and it's Jack Kito. What's going on? Simon!
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Asus Republic of Gamers, DHL, the United States Air Force, 1xBet, Monster Energy, and Gaming Malta.
God, he's a firework! The best in the game! He can still Best in the game, he can still Oh no, man, they've done it! Absolutely rocked! Balls of steel!
Day 2 is here. The sun is shining in Malta. Looks very nice indeed, especially around the waters. We have one game for you on Stream B today. Those Orcs you saw in the interviews before we went live versus Astralis. That's going to get very interesting indeed. It shows a great time to put my fist on my desk and shake my webcam. Man, what a day we had yesterday. I had a hell of a day as well. I don't have any internet for a week at home, so I am in the office in a green screen. When I got home, my cat took dumps everywhere, even on my mouse pad, man. It was absolute carnage at home. I spent all night cleaning it up after this. How was your evening, Hawker, post-matches?
It was pretty good. I just watched some TV with my flatmates. It was much more chill than yours. So I'm having a great time, James. At least one of us
Yeah.
is.
Who knows what I'm going to go home to today? I can't wait to find out. I won't put any pictures up on social media, though. Let's have a look at the bracket and see how things are looking at present. We had a lot of action yesterday on Stream A and Stream B. This is how things began. The upper bracket of Group A. Not everybody remains in this upper bracket. As you will see, some got sent into the mid. Vitality versus NIP. Movistar Riders already beating Gamer Legion today. They've qualified for the playoff. So congratulations to them turning up on Landhawker.
Yeah, and all 2-0s so far, which is kind of wild, but great to see that from Movistar Riders. One of the lowest ranked teams here, but as you said, they always seem to show up on LAN for whatever reason. They bring that energy. Now we look at the mid bracket, which is where we are focused today. As you alluded to, that Orcs Astralis game will be seen here. The Furia versus Greyhound has already gone down as well. So I think this is a pretty interesting matchup here in the mid bracket to have. You know, Astralis surely will be looking for a bounce back win here.
Yeah, they have work to do after losing to NIP yesterday. Some revenge for NIP in that match, and indeed could be an interesting run in this mid bracket if they can make it. Gamer Legion awaits the winner of Orcs versus Astralis Furia on the other side. We'll wait to find out who they'll be playing later on. So again, things are only going to get more interesting. It is triple elimination, so there is a lower bracket later on. But indeed, we have some action coming your way. Those Orcs, they talked a big game yesterday. Didn't quite go the way they expected, but they were playing the #1 ranked team in the bracket. So, you know, it went the way it was supposed to go. I think that's fair enough. But do you expect more of a showing to happen today, Orca?
I hope so, because Astralis maybe looked a little shakier than we would have thought in that opening game. And sometimes you seem to get that from teams in this format. Maybe they don't show up straight away. And so if I were Orcs, I'd be looking at that and hoping I could come out Astralis here, because actually NIP said they did a lot of homework for that Astralis game and they felt like it paid off with a lot of their anti-strats. So I would hope the Orcs have come in here to do the same, because this is a huge opportunity for these guys. So maybe if they've got some counter strats, some reads down, they can have a chance to at least make maps competitive. I think that's the main thing we want to see, because they really got blown out yesterday.
Orcs have been called an inconsistent team, which is kind of what a team is at this stage of being a team. So I suppose the question is, which Orcs is going to turn up today? The one that can score upsets versus the opponent? That would be good to see. Again, there'll be some brief highlights in this game versus Vitality because they were up against it, to put it mildly. And there is Olymp, the reason the Orcs are called the Orcs. Whether it's true or not, I'll let you decide. But that's what we heard in the interviews. And again, it's a question of, you could say who turns up today, but you could also say who is allowed to turn up today from the Astralis point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at Astralis, obviously a team with two really big hitters in Device and Blameth. That's the obvious 1-2 punch on this team. Those players you can almost always rely on to get their numbers. Very reliable, very consistent in their play style. Then you're wondering who's that third man going to be. And at a lot of Cologne, it was actually Buzz who had a couple of great maps. I would say he had a life map against Na'Vi where he carried them through to the playoffs. Then he continued that form into the playoffs against Heroic. So definitely looks like they've got a couple of rising prospects on this team, alongside obviously the experience of Device and Blameth, who are the bankers on this squad.
Fantastic stage to make your name as well. We speak about name value, and Buzz certainly came away from Cologne with plenty of that. Orcs be looking to get some name value themselves. We spoke about name value a lot yesterday, and that'll still ring through as they left with no names after that match with Vitality. But again, the mid-bracket means more opportunity, new opportunity, and this might be the right piece to the jigsaw puzzle. Easier said than done, though, especially when you've got the smarts of the likes of Byte and Blameth, as you mentioned as well. So it's going to be, I think, still at this stage, we're looking at an uphill struggle for Orcs, but again, it is guesswork as to what is going to happen on the server. I would imagine they will have some more room. They'll have some room, let's say, to play with. Vitality gave them none, basically. Yes, they got some rounds towards the end of one of the maps, but really, it was a very one-sided affair. It could be today. Again, very, very hard to predict in that respect. But I hope we see some of Orcs. Again, I want to see the upset potential in this match. I want to see Astralis nervous. I want to see their backs to the wall. I want to see them uncomfortable. To see how they deal with a team where, based on the match we saw yesterday, we saw, like, especially on Mirage, we saw failed attempts at pug strats versus Vitality. I don't know how much you can really absorb from that if you're Astralis.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think it's good that you're bigging up Orcs, because I've just realized we're both coincidentally wearing red. I promise we're not biased to Astralis at all.
Hey, this is burgundy, I'll have you know. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. Okay,
How
you
dare
stay
you.
neutral over there. But yeah, I hope we do get to see really a competitive map, at least, from Orcs in this one. And I think there is the chance for that. I don't think we got to see as much from their individuals yesterday as they can deliver. Maybe some glimpses from Milky on the Orb and a couple of plays from Olymp, but not as much as you would want. And wow, is that a nuke pick from Orcs? Okay, I mean, they didn't look great on that yesterday, but that's what they've gone for. And then the Astralis pick comes in as the overpass, and they get Ancient as the decider, a map that Astralis was so good on at Cologne.
Yeah, there is no easy pick, I think, for Orcs in this scenario. With the nuke pick that Vitality had against Orcs, we thought that was a masterstroke, putting them in a very difficult situation. I think Orcs really struggle to pick up T rounds, if I remember correctly, generally speaking. So that's going to be something that we'll try and keep an eye on for this series. Pistol aside, we'll see how many, outside of the vacuum of the pistol and the associated rounds, on the T side, Orcs are able to... Yeah, what is on that keyboard? Is there just something placed, the bright keyboards, is there something just placed on there? What's going on? It looks like there's something on top of the keyboard from what I could see. I
could not catch that. You got better eyes than I do.
Well, we'll see it later in the cam, and I don't know. You know, I'm the keyboard guy, right? So I'm just very, very curious to see what happens there. So we'd be crazy not to expect Astralis to be winning this series, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, definitely a fair assessment. I'm really interested by this nuke pick. I guess it has been a weakness for Astralis as well at times. So maybe Orcs, they've got a bit of practice in on this map. Maybe they have some improvements. They did at least look somewhat competitive at the start against Vitality. Let's see if they can try that here against Astralis. They'll be starting on T side with a fast play.
And Molly will take the angles away from the roof to stop the push down, but one of them's got lost, and Stair will take control in that regard at the very least up top. But downstairs, where the bomb looks to get planted, HS by the double doors, Milky dropped in isolation, stereo frags for Astralis on B, as HS is dropped and the bombs on the floor. Olymp and SNX remain, and now it's just the latter as the former has been smoked. 1v4 made 3 for SNX. Plenty of work to do. Perhaps 2 pistols will be better than the one, but will it be enough? All these CTs on the way. Buzz showing, looking for that trade fragger SNX as he tries to fall back, but there's no good angle for him, and Astralis take the pistol.
Solid start for Astralis. Orcs try that vent drop, and I like the idea of starting with pace, seeing if you can catch Astralis a little sleepy, a little shaky at the start. Pretty well handled here. Stair gets 1 kill up top, and then these frags down lower basically denied the bomb plant as well, which is always a great thing to do on the pistol. See a nice reaction there from Astralis, looking composed in this matchup where they know they are big favorites. They will force Orcs onto a very weak buy and a chance for Device to make some early money. He wants that AWP as soon as possible. Those SMG kills will help.
That's such a minimal buy for a P250. Even if you throw your Glock away, if you survive the end of a round, you'll get given another one at the beginning of the next one. That's how little of a buy it is. 2-0 for Astralis. MP9s, yeah, exactly. The MP9s could be fun. Can take some dirty angles. Lots of HEs as well on the Astralis side. An organization, let's say, obviously the roster has changed, but an org which forced teams to raise their game and find every efficiency with grenades and such. So I'm very curious to see what all those HEs will do.
Definitely would not surprise me to see aggression at some point. Those nades coming into play early. A bit of tag damage onto 2 Orcs players. I'm sure that damage would have been confirmed as they were behind the smokes, but there's a spam from Blame F as well. Great work from him on Yard. Gets the timing just right. He will eventually cross down lower, but good work on the Yard play, and here is that aggression. Olin looks to handle it, but it's well traded by Device.
A lot of information gathering for Astralis. Bomb is on the move. Oh, they were lining up in the worst way for Blame F, and it's an easy pickup for Device, leaving Milky as the last man. Bomb's on the floor for the time being. 51 HP for Milky. Question of damage Device moves through the smoke. A nice gap for Milky. Now things become winnable. There is still a minute on the clock. He only knows where one of these two players are, though. He doesn't realize that they're both in the same position. Astralis maybe being careful with their sound cues. Milky continues to wonder where that other player is. 40 seconds now. Bomb very close to him. Device showing some elbow. Again, Milky still expecting that second CT to be anywhere else. Like a bait setup at the moment. Oh, there's there dropped. Still, he doesn't know. Device has got 2 kills though, so have they been tracking? There he is. Not what they were expecting there. Always key to understand who it is you fragged and who it is you didn't. Of course, information gets older and older. Device could have been anywhere. 3-0 for Astralis.
Talked about those 2 star players for Astralis in the pregame, and they get all the kills between them in this first gun round. Great work from BlameF on Yard, rotating down for big damage. Then the door opened briefly for Milky, especially after he got that second kill. But so low on health from those earlier shots. Device had the cross on lock. BlameF more aggressive on Yard this time, only up against the pistols, but nice info early. Might allow Astralis to stack this A site a little more heavily in case those pistols want to rush that position.
They can fight. That has to be the task. Great hold fights there. That in 180 was very important indeed. Don't fancy SNX's chances then. He's asking to be given something, but there's little reason for Astralis to push, especially not having lost a single player just yet. So Orcs are going to be quite lacking in the fragging department so far. They would have liked to have taken more money away from the CTs. Borup's got 7k and only grenades to collect at spawn. So not too terrible a situation for Astralis, putting it mildly in a very British fashion. 4-0 on the CT side. It's fantastic. And again, the focus is on how many T rounds Orcs can collect in the series overall. Nuke is going to be a pretty difficult start, though.
Yeah, I think part of this map pick will be because of some of the weaknesses Astralis have shown on Nuke in the past, but not seeing those weaknesses right now on the Astralis front. They look pretty dialed in. The individuals playing a big part in that. You see BlameF having so much freedom on Yard. He was their best player yesterday in that loss against NIP. You saw a couple of highlights from him still. Milky looks like he is not really looking at that red position whatsoever. Will now be falling back. But the longer BlameF sticks around here, the more useful it is for Astralis to have that info. He has backup as well. Buzz is pretty close by. He can really quickly help BlameF if needed.
Yeah, it's a 2-man setup. Easily made free, depending on what's happening. We spoke about the grenades, and now he starts to see them. Beautiful work from Astralis. The detail on those HEs continues. And again, I think a team like Orcs and just the stage they're at, those are going to be ever more dangerous. But a team as efficient as Astralis on the util brutalize them with shrapnel, and there's nothing left for Olymp to do. Astralis will move to 5. Buzz, Stare, Device, and Borup, all with just the 1 death in these 5 rounds.
It's been clinical, hasn't it, for Astralis? I love the read in this round as well. I think it's pretty common that teams will want to just run those Yard smokes pretty early on in a game. So why not flex a couple of players over towards Yard? Once those Yard smokes start to land, you can lob some nades in. It's just so disruptive there from Astralis. A really dynamic setup to have those players so ready to help towards Yard. Olymp will save, but this is looking like a much better nuke from Astralis. And I hope that's a map that they can go back and be good on, because a lot of teams have been beating them on this map lately. I remember at Cologne, they played it against Na'Vi. Some of the simple rotations were looking really off for them, but here so far, they're just going and getting the kills so far forward, it doesn't matter.
Love that nade from Borup. He's just out of there immediately. Completely focused on Squeaky before the frag even comes through. A mixed bag from Orcs in round 6. And maybe the looser chaotic nature of rounds such as these could be quite a tonic for them. Could be. Still Astralis at the end of the day. I think these kinds of teams are good measures as well. See how squads can deal with them. Astralis looking comfortable so far on the CT side of Nuke. The pick of Orcs if you're joining us late.
Buzz just burned so much of their utility. That one counter smoke basically brought all the flashes away from Orcs. So now you've got to rely on those AKs to do something. And on Nuke, it's especially hard to find openers on that T side. The angles are rarely favorable for you. Maybe they'll just try and go at Buzz dry instead.
Engages immediately. It's about the team, it's about the whole. Buzz and Blameth. A lot of two-man setups for these two. Keep an eye on that on the CT side. Working well together as they rack up the frags on the B bomb site, and there is no answer from Orcs. All right then, we are into round 7, and 4 of the Astralis players have only died once. This is not a good measure for Orcs. How many frags they're getting, how many bomb plants they're making. This is a very arid landscape for them. If they were farmers, they would have starved to death by now.
Yeah, it's not looked good for them. I think the issue is they're just losing so early in these rounds. Maybe if you force Astralis into rotations, you might make them make some mistakes. But Astralis are basically denying that every time by just consistently getting kills so early in these rounds. I think you can see that Astralis are just so relaxed in this matchup. Until Orcs prove that they can compete here, Astralis won't have too much to be stressed about. Even in this buy, 3 Galils for Orcs. Focus the utility. Milky hasn't even got a helmet in this one. Kind of doesn't matter because there are so many AKs up against them. We'll see what Orcs decide to fall back on. Have been struggling, and again, Blameth aggressive at yard. Astralis are putting so much emphasis on that yard position. Not the nades again. Oh, it's so good!
Boy! So much damage. Before they've seen anyone, they are almost dragging carcasses forward at this point. Oh dear. Well, it's plan B then. Oh, that's plan C.
Wow.
Might be plan F, to be honest.
It's wild.
I respect it, but also it shows you just how down bad they are right now. This is pretty rough. Before, I don't know if they saw an Astralis player in that round.
They might not have.
I don't think they saw a single player. They got absolutely blasted with shrapnel. They're like, do you know what? I'm not feeling this. I'm out.
I feel so bad. Yeah, literally just didn't get to play around. Just got double naded and boom. I mean, that's something Orcs are going to have to adapt to here. Maybe you put some players up on top of Silo, see if you could get an Orc presence there. Try and just make it so that Astralis don't have this free reign on yard. Yeah, you can look at the money on Astralis right now. Almost all of them above $10,000. That gives you a good idea as to how well this is going.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Veggie, again, I said, like, dragging carcasses, basically. So rather than throw money at a problem and lose it all, say 4 guns, minimal buy to get a bit more. They are lacking on utility. May encourage them into a faster round. Let's not forget, towards the end of the previous T-half we saw from them versus Vitality, they did just go for a dry surge into the A-bomb site, and this utility may encourage them to do the same. How far will they get? Not very far at all. Crikey. It's like trying to cut steak with a plastic knife. Minimal success. No real mileage for Orcs on Nuke. 8-0 Astralis.
Yeah, this is well done. Oric with a molly down, stares quickly over to help, and because he's got that smoke on door, no need to worry about Squeaky too early. You can just get those hut players out of there and then look back towards Squeaky a little later on. Now then, 8-0. Hawks take their time out. I figured it was only a matter of time before we saw the attempt at that A play. Even that is pretty well handled there. Astralis with the prompt counter utility.
Next buy round, they're going to try and take ramp, I reckon. They're going to try and take ramp and then go back to lobby. That's my call. Let's see what happens. First, we've got this mixed bag where, again, you just got to try and spend money to drain money. 6k plus for CT to buy. So you can lose this money quickly, but Device is going to be losing money by winning rounds soon enough. He's got 14k in the bank, and BlameF is taking absolute liberties now. Awkward.
What's going on?
Very awkward indeed.
All right, they finally find him. That's an AK. Should be recovered. BlameF is just taking liberties right now. I'm all here for it. Some people have said in the past BlameF doesn't get active enough. Chess wants his first kill on the board, but that AK has no bullets. He will have to wait a little longer. Here comes that gun around there.
Yeah, all right, let's see. Will they take ramp? Because... Bloody hell. I don't know if... I can't imagine they're going to, like, serve... I think at this point they might not be able to avoid those grenades outside. Without calling something on the fly and keeping the ship tight. Let's see if they go towards the ramp.
Maybe faster out through yard. Veggie's already got out into position. That might allow them to be a little more confident on their move through yard.
Very forward angle from Device. Searching for BlameF, a mini documentary featuring Veggie. Heading towards a minute 10 on the clock, and Device sees nothing going towards that ramp position. And that gives Astralis a lot of information and expectation. Now, Astralis aren't in position to throw the HEs as they were previously. Borup and BlameF the last two with grenades. Device still holding the angle. Again, this is just so good for info. Oh, the trigger discipline, the patience, the information as well. There could be someone just up to his right towards the ladder. Outside's compromised then. 39 seconds on the clock. Astralis are expectant. There are enemies behind those smokes. Not much util. It's going to be about the guns now. Can Orcs deliver with this position? You can see Borup positioning himself very carefully indeed. Down he goes though. Device can't save him. 3 on 4. Device now trying to stay alive, going for a quick scope, but that won't happen. Buzz doesn't have the position. Orcs have a chance for a round. 3 on 1, looking for their first. A 3k from HS, he's on the server. Buzz has 15k. Yeah, Buzz, he has too much money. The only thing worth that's consideration for a save is the AK-47. But he could just keep them poor as well by killing as many as he can. 3 will survive at the end of the round for Orcs, and they have got the monkey off their back for now.
Yeah, finally a round where they don't get denied early. They don't lose fights straight away in one of these rounds. Vice did get that kill in from Hut, but they were able to play it down into the late round and have this split into A. Just getting that yard presence made a big difference there. I think Veggie out early maybe made them a bit more confident that they could move into the advanced angles. And it was pretty well played on the split, and maybe something slightly faster. Veggie's in the midst of the smoke. Snare tries to spam. He's not got much from his position. Oh, a team kill in there, but HS claims the frag. And the rotate denied by Milky. This fast A play working out.
Yeah, there's a chance for 6 rounds here. Suddenly, we need to start considering it again. Money can disappear very quickly for a CT side. 2 on 3, though. Astralis might not be done with this one just yet as Device waits for an opportunity. But another Molly is deployed. He just wants to throw his HE grenade. They've been so good for the squad, and HS might be the right man to receive it. The Device is going with it. Nothing doing there, and I think he'll be done with this one. A second round then for Orcs. Again, Blameth is here to make it expensive. They'll focus on their money, and they'll take nothing from this whatsoever. Focusing on all the detail, all the opportunity.
A little surprised that SNX also goes up the ladder after Blameth farms the first 2. That was that blind kill from HS, though. They just got out through A quite quickly. And that might be an answer for Orcs here in some of these rounds. If you want to avoid Blameth on yard, if you want to avoid that AWP of Device, sometimes going into A can be the way to do that. Getting Veggie out through door so early, I think, made a huge difference there. Instead of Stare being able to spam the choke point and slow down the squeaky play, he was able to get out really fast, and you just saw the utility was good enough to turn those Astralis players into no real threats when they're blind, when they're struggling with the nades against them. So we'll see if Orcs can keep that up. Finally finding a couple of rounds here.
Fast pick from Milky, nothing doing there. Trying to do some more work before this becomes awkward for Astralis economy-wise. It's an aggressive duel from Buzz, an important one for Astralis. They don't want things to get out of hand towards the close of this half. Losing to Astralis yesterday, they find themselves versus the Orcs. They've made headway towards Secret.
Oh, that's so cheeky. Now the molly down as well, just really denying everything from Orcs yet. Big rotate down to B for Astralis, though. Maybe a way back up to A for Orcs.
That was such a tight angle for Blameth to get that frag. But even despite the smoke, can't imagine they'll expect Orcs to walk through that one. They've got good angles. Blame and Buzz. Again, Blame and Buzz, even high and low, covering the angles together. Working together to leave Veggie as the last one standing. Let's see, that Blame and Buzz combo is nice to keep an eye on the CT side. Working together despite being apart. Maybe it's a long, beautiful relationship they'll be having together in this team of Astralis. They move to 10. Orcs have run out of gas again. The money is low. Ground is looking dry once again. Dry and cracked. That's a very important duel, though. A big send from Orcs, a risk taken, but how tight this frag is. There is not much showing there at all.
Yeah, you saw the hesitation. Blameth was almost considering, do I wait for the boosted player who's going to be the AWP to round the corner and just try and pre-fire that? Or do I just spam the player down below on a very tight angle? Credit to Blame, his spray control was brilliant to be able to pull that off. Loving how you can see that Blamef is just so confident. He's basically just taking every fight that he feels is available to him. Really a joy to watch. Stair having a great game as well. Definitely a big part of the puzzle for Astralis. I think he was the most hyped up out of the prospects they brought in between him and Buzz. But Buzz has probably been the more eye-catching so far. To see Stair really show us what he's capable of. He's starting to do so here. Oh, a little leg shot from Device and an instant drop down.
That's a smiley face on the wall. Can't see it now because the smokes are there, but somebody has shot a smiley face into the wall. In a round such as this, what else is there to do?
Yeah, that's fair, honestly. Oh, the nades? Not quite. It's Buzz and Blame again, though. Well, it's only Buzz, apparently. He'll take that. Nice little quad kill. That's always the one benefit you might get as the ramp player. You sometimes get those eco rushes where you just get a big mow down. You've got to farm those stats as the ramp player. You deserve them.
I was looking at the Counter-Strike workshop earlier, and I think in the most subscribed maps, I think 2 of the top 10 or 12 were Mirage guides, like grenade maps and so on. I do wonder if Orcs would have picked Mirage had it not been vetoed by Astralis, because it's all technical maps, which is, as we have seen, as we are seeing, and as we probably will see, going to be a very tough task versus a team with tenure. It's going to be very, very hard for Orcs. But there are plenty of lessons to be learned in these losses should they lose this map, as they lost yesterday's maps and so on. In these technical fights. A lot of it is depth, though, which will come in time. Just need to play, as we heard in the interview yesterday with Flames. Simply going to need to play a lot. Certainly playing in this round, though. Bomb's been dropped, though. That's a problem. Veggie's in the reds. The advantages are suddenly gone for Orcs. There was promise, there was hope, and now there is despair. Spare tire in the back of a car.
Open a gap in the smoke. Big rotations there from Astralis. Buzz, normally the ramp player, drives over towards Yard. We also get the other rotation in from Borup, who's normally that A-site anchor, which makes it really difficult. It's been rough for Orcs, but as you said, sometimes you've got to learn lessons the hard way. Last round of the half then. AK's out with the Galils. They go for something faster. Oh, Device nice. Too quick on that one.
Is there one more round in this half for Orcs? Four players remain. 3 players remain. And again, Buzz and Blamef together will melt. Dynamic duo on the CT side. Grown very quickly into his position on this Astralis squad has Buzz. That is a confident first half on Nuke. I don't know if much better is around the corner once Orcs get to the CT side.
can't miss. No Beverly, you can't hold me. Knew that it was my time and I ain't need a rollie. P139, that's the word. This provision is precision. You ain't gotta see the worth. Every situation different. Trust if you feeling out of luck or if you stuck, homie, you just can't miss this. It's so easy, you be thinking it's absurd. Gotta see the glory in the hurt. I remember back in apartments. Humble beginnings, what I start with. I'm still humble if you checking out my car 10. 2% we wasn't dancing like we Carlton. A product of the system living in our margins. Harvest all the planet. Seeds I've been demanding. Trees taken for granted. Faithless couldn't stand it. Standing on solid rock, now that's a firm foundation. We've been waiting and I'm praying. My God, he's a viral! The best of the game!
Welcome back! Orcs have so much to do on their CT side. They will be completely dependent on the pistol because they've only got 2 rounds from their T side. How many rounds could they get was the focus. 2 was the answer. With the P250 and the Florida Man pistol skin, device shows promise for Astralis. Maybe a quick one. Boys getting popped with the flashbang. There's some util here for Orcs. Astralis heading towards that B bomb site, forcing the util to be used by those Orcs. Veggie's lost now. Device is as well. Look at that trade from Blamef though, jumping around the corner like Super Mario Brothers. 3 on 2. This is winnable by either side. It's a good headshot and a follow-up from SNX. Bomb falls to the floor. Olymp is alone then. 1v2. Certainly can be done in a pistol round. Bomb is planted. But where is Borup? Is he behind the site? He could be anywhere. Some pre-fire for Olymp. Borup's got a very good angle. Oh, that should have been a free one for him. Olymp wasn't even facing. But they will squeeze the pistol, and this could be the door they needed to open.
Yeah, a bit of a steal there in the pistol after getting into that 1-on-2. Olymp looked like he was going to have a really hard time in that final fight. But just got that flick onto Borup in the nick of time. What was that shot for a device? What a start that was. Buzz lurking around the smoke. It all looked so good. Then Olymp able to isolate that first duel. This was the follow-up. Couple of shots. You see they were close to headshots, but not quite. That means that Olymp is able to turn around onto Borup. Still got that force buy from Astralis, but that is exactly what Orcs needed. Now they need to hold on in this one as well.
Everybody's missed that headshot. And the guy's looking the other way in a pistol round. I think I default to missing them. Obviously, big problem here is that the margin for error is quite small for Orcs. And the Astralis are simply a better team. So this is going to be very, very difficult. Miracles will be needed. Miracles sometimes happen. I've been to Lords. That's not sewage water. I haven't actually been to Lords. I was lying. Milky's got the anime gun, so surely he's in for a good time. No, never mind. Didn't like anime either. More of a Launders thing.
Well, Borup's making up for the pistol round pretty quick, isn't he? Oh, that's a team flash. He doesn't care, though. CT's now trying to push into lobby, but guess who's waiting? Blamef. Ever hard to find. Ways where you least expect him. And Astralis have honestly made this look like they won the pistol and they were just dealing with an anti-eco. That's how clean this is.
Yeah, this is crazy. Orcar, the puppet to Astralis' strings in this game of Nuke. Success is very brief indeed. 14-3 then. Quite the turnaround. That's them. Borup's just in full control. So I think Orcs are learning the difficulty of picking a nuke versus a storied team such as Astralis.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, there's even a map for Astralis that has been weak for them lately. I think they've had a bit of time, obviously, to work on nuke. I'd say that's pretty clear. So I do remember that game against Na'Vi where they really seemed like they just didn't have rotations. There was literally a round against Na'Vi where Na'Vi just went for the yard play, the yard smokes, and then went down to B, and Astralis never rotated anyone. And Na'Vi just won the round with everyone surviving. So Astralis, I think, have clearly worked on nuke a bit after that map that maybe was an example of some errors that needed to be fixed. And the structure just looks so much better for Astralis than Orcs here. And on a map like Nuke, that structure oftentimes is what's going to make the difference.
Just got to wait and let Astralis make their play and try to do their best with it. The range was right, but the crosshair just couldn't find the target. They will pick up the slack from Blame F, and that is going to cause more problems for Orcs as they just wonder where is safe. But hold on a second, just like that, frags come from all over the shop. And they've managed to stay alive. They've kept Astralis off of that 15th round as well. I have no idea what happened there, but Orcs are still in the fight. I'd like to see what they can do on the CT side in some normal rounds. That one was a chaotic one, which went in their favor, and that's fine. But let's see if they can build on that now, when now they've got the good guns versus the force of Astralis. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, they made that into just an awkward, uncomfortable round there. And that's what they needed to do with their weak weapons. You see them get into lobby, get into annoying positions. Astralis not able to deal with it. Couple of smokes down on yard for Astralis. Not enough that Orcs will be concerned, especially because they have Milky waiting down in secret. I do like that Milky's got the AK for this position as well. He wants to hold the stairs like that. You want the one-shot headshot, that's for sure. It could well come into play here because Astralis will now make their move on yard. All their smokes being used on those 3 wall of smokes to try and see if they can close the distance. And Milky flashed in, but the spray is so awkward. And Borat puts him down.
Gets rough quickly for Orcs, round after round. Still plenty of firepower remaining, however, but Veggie might be going towards the point of their return, although they were lining up, but Buzz has the angle. HS will keep it competitive. The bomb still in the hands of Astralis. 4-on-3 as well. Pop flashing their way in. SNX waits for a play from Astralis. 29 seconds on the clock as the urgency as they move forward. Looking to pressure this A-bomb site. SNX has got a reasonable angle though. Will it be rewarded? Oh, he missed there. Just looking down as Stair appeared. HS no limp remain now. Device. Got a very good position. It seems Orcs will give up on this one, try to save what they can for the remainder of this game.
Looks like it. Vice is just so ready, though. I think HS may stay in secret. Vice himself may move in. Instead, just seemed to take damage somehow. Not sure how. But it's fine. He's just about alive. Just making sure they do indeed lock the round in. 15-4 for Astralis. Orcs can, I suppose, take some solace in the fact that they've got 1 round more than NIP did against Vitality over on the mainstream. It's a 63 for Vitality against NIP on the first map. Unfortunately for Milky, though, that was just such an AWPers spray there with the AK. Just a lot of body shots. Not able to finish the job Borup replies with a headshot. That was the first domino that really allowed everything else to fall there. You can't afford to miss those kills.
The scout. Don't see crazy things with the scout anymore. I still think about the Chris J highlights from many moons ago, but even those aside, like the scout's always a desperate attempt that fails. Stick an XM in your CS2 slot instead.
I kind of miss the days of the jump scout where it was like crazy accurate when you were jumping.
I don't miss that.
So much fun though.
Like that. I hated it. And there'll be no scouts, no more scouts in this round. Very brief indeed. Typical scout situation these days. How passive they are. Smell the desperation for Orcs. Have a look at the shadow. Slight warning there for Olymp. Always make sure your shadow settings are high. The higher your shadow setting is, the further away you can see them from. True in CS2 as well as CSGO. Very important setting to have.
Bomb's coming down lower. Orcs just had 3 players here, but 2 of them have left. We're a little concerned about that upper side, so Veggie's left alone. Let's see if he can lock this down.
Nice one. If he can stay alive, he's got his teammate to play with as well. Flamer surely gets traded here. Indeed, he does. Orcs winning the scrappy rounds on their CT side. Holding on for the time being. It's about $4,000 for a few of these Astralis players. So let's see what they choose to do with it. Buzz $17.50 in the bank, but there's enough money for them to pick up these AK-47s. Cameo Galil for Borup. Mewtwo here and there, just the one flashbang for the T side. In the hands of a team like Astralis, I am curious as to how they make a buy like this work.
I would maybe expect to see them look for fights on, well, either ramp or maybe squeaky. Well, those are the 2 positions you can try and just find a pick if you're lacking utility. Walker range is always a little scary to go up against. Reposition and a nice flash from Olymp. He'll try and establish himself again. Spots the bomb. The player jumping back, so calls for assistance. Gets onto that same angle again. Milky's in a good spot here. I think Olymp just try and run distraction as Milky does take initiative. He might get more out of this. He's been snare trapped. Smoke used defensively, but it's brought back to a 3-on-3. This is still competitive here.
Blamef is still lurking. He could find a chance. We can see SNX is trying to hold down 2 jobs as the smoke will soon be gone in. Squeaky, his position will be compromised. Burst from Blamef, and things get even more difficult for Orcs. Looking to defend on the bomb site now as Milky near the ramp will be proactive, it seems. The bomb site's completely open for now. Astralis still cutting noise. Carefully moving forward, but Milky might be in the right position. Still looking for Blame, who is coming around from the back. Will he come in time? Absolutely he will. Just when he sees the barrel of the gun. It's like Blame has all the information. SNX trying to do the rest though as Dare makes his way towards B. Enough time to plant this bomb for everywhere. SNX has the kit. Down events he goes. Now, he would have heard that door close, give him some reasonable intel. Well, he's looking above him. Could he get there that fast though? Now he knows where he is, but can't do anything about it. Stare and Astralis win a comfortable game of Nuke versus Orc.
struggle, I survived top 5, now I'm going with the win. Hey, I'm going in. Right here, right now was a whole lot better than the place I've been. Man, I gotta be stronger, wiser, better than I was before. Gotta stay on guard, and I know that's hard, cause I don't know what's in store. Maybe I'll go, where to, don't know. But when I'm back against the wall, I'll be good. Now with my back against the wall, see I never fall. One of the greatest stories that's never ever told. Man, I'm different, I've been gifted, but sometimes I be tripping inside of my mental. It happens in an instant. Man, I'm striving for freedom. I get hate from the hecklers, good thing I don't need them. It's just me and the ones that I came with all of my homies around. I promise that I can't miss. Climbing up high, never look down below. Gotta get the prize, telling the environment knows. The pain temporary, man, I never been scary. Just a little apprehensive, but I've been fine before. Struggle is part of the process, it's hard to digest, but let me digress. And maybe I'll press on to the next journey. I've been yelling for some help, and I know that they heard it. Rock solid all times, and I'm down 10 toes for the ones that deserve it to earn it. Sunshine through the blinds of my life feels straight, but I know I'm for sure not perfect. Patience, hustle, got everything off the muscle. Pain, love, those are the things that I juggle. Hey, go win. Through the pain and the struggle, I survived top 5, now I'm going with the win. Hey, I'm going in. Right here, right now was a whole lot better than the place I've been. Man, I gotta be stronger,
Nuke is a tough prospect when you are a new team versus one which has been long established, especially with some big performances of late with the newcomers like Buzz. That was always going to be hard. It was hard versus Vitality yesterday when Vitality picked it, and it was hard for Orcs today when Orcs picked it versus Astralis. I think it's supposed to be hard, and it was. So, again, I think things went the way they were. But is that like a... You know, as Flame said in the victory interview we had yesterday, Orcs are at a stage where they simply need to play lots of Counter-Strike and learn and absorb and so on. So is there more of a takeaway than that really from that game we just saw?
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of tough, I think. Maybe towards the end they started getting into rounds a little more. It was just that lack of yard control early on throughout that half. They just couldn't solve that problem for so long. And when that happens, I mean, that's maybe one thing you can learn for the future, how to deal with some of those yard plays that were coming up against you from Astralis. But all in all, so many rounds where they were losing these early players. And when that happens, you don't really feel like you've got a chance in the round. But I loved some of these plays from Astralis, I've got to say. They were really dynamic on yards. They made it really difficult for Orcs to get the first step of majority of their rounds, because most teams, the backbone of their T side, will be getting that yard control and going from there. So if you take that away from Orcs, it makes it pretty much impossible. You saw BlameF just showing up pretty much everywhere on yard in this one.
Yeah, I think you've got to credit Astralis for the things they do well all the time, like the grenades. Also, they won around throwing grenades at Orcs, leaving them with 4 players, and they just went to save it, just tapped out immediately. So you've got to give a credit to plays like that. But also, if you were to watch the demo and see how FlameF and Buzz played with each other, even when one was below and one was above, but you can see that their positions are dependent on the communication they have with each other. I think that was quite an interesting thing to look at with a magnifying glass, the 2-man setups we saw from FlameF and Buzz and how effective they were for Astralis. So that was certainly a good takeaway. But I think for Orcs, they could look at the utility and so on that Astralis used. Just compare how other teams deal with it when they play them on Nuke and so on, and grow from that. So again, it was very impressive, very difficult for Orcs. Yesterday was a struggle in terms of T sides over the entire series. I think they got 2 on the T side there on Nuke, which isn't too terribly surprising. So does it get better on Overpass? Surely it has to.
Yeah, you would hope so, but even then, I mean, Overpass maybe is one of the only maps I would say is more tough to play on the T side if you're not used to it and you don't have all those protocols ready. So we'll see. I guess they'll probably get to start on CT, which should help them. So maybe they can get a few rounds early and hopefully have a bit more of a buffer. But yeah, really, I think the main thing was, firstly, Astralis having the team play, but also just the individuals you saw at moments were just so much better on the Astralis front.
Let's take a look at the aim high head-to-head and see the scores on the doors. Of course, we had to go for BlameF with his action outside, and had a look at his equal on the other side, which was HS. The numbers certainly weren't across the teams, and that is true here as well. Nice headshot ratio for HS though, 100%. And good for his namesake there. But indeed, BlameF and his team had the lion's share of the spoils here.
Yeah, I remember the one round where HS got them on the board with the quad kill on that AK. Other than that, really didn't get the chance to do too much. This was that round, that crunch into the A site. Did really well here with these kills, having to turn on different angles. The one round that HS really showed us potential that he's capable of. Team kill in the mix as well, but all in all,
headshot.
BlameF just absolutely everywhere, around yard, sometimes just playing down on the lower site ahead of time as well. And it was a real good showcase of how you can play a lot of different spots on your CT side and just make yourself really hard to read.
I was really impressed with that kill with such little skin showing for the opponent there. Not an easy thing to get, and I think he might have been waiting for a little more flesh there, but did it with what little was showing there. So again, BlameF had a luxury of space and plenty of frags on the outside. That was our aim high head-to-head. But indeed, it's always going to be a lopsided one, but I think at least the headshot ratio was great for HS. But again, I think BlameF and Buzz working together was quite an interesting duo to watch back if you want to try and up your own nuke game. If you're just duo queue, then I think that's a great way to solve it. Some of the angles they were holding for information to kind of keep the T's trapped in rotation as well on that game of nuke. But Overpass is around the corner. We'll head to a break. When we're back, we'll see if Orcs themselves in the second map of this series.
Wear your passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
It's time for the DHL Drop. Every week, CSGO talent go head-to-head to beat the buzzer. You can join them by typing !DHL Drop in the chat. Answer the questions correctly to get added to the global leaderboard. The higher you climb, the closer to earning a prize you are.
You owe everyone a favor. Watch the population rise. And if you want them to like you more, that only costs you who you are. Keep away from the ground. Live in the clouds. To the I've been thinking lately about the writing on the wall. How I died for your approval, like this for far too long. It's like a nightmare, doing what you want, just like a nightmare. It's such a nightmare, trying to keep everyone happy, just a nightmare. Keep away from the ground, live in the to the ones who are doubts, Have you ever felt this free? like I am you and you are me. It's such a nightmare, trying to keep everyone happy, just a nightmare. Keep away from the ground, living the most to the ones who are close. It's like a if you love me, good, good, good with the moon. When the sun comes up, then I love you too. I do, 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 do. Come on, get me in a mood, 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 mood. I don't wanna think about the world before you. Tunnel vision, I only know you. Lying in my arms, like I won the lottery. Wonder if you ever get lighted at the thought of me, right? You feel so right. Insomnia, you're keeping me up at night. I'm calling in sick, 'cause I'm sick in love. I must admit you got me spinning like a carousel light. I'm upside down, go round and round and round and round. You're lightning, baby, don't you let me down. If you love me good, good, good with the moon. When the sun comes up, then I love you too. I do, 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 do. Come on, get me in a mood, 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 mood. If you love me good, good, good with the moon. When the sun comes up, then I love you too. I do, 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 do. Come on, get me in a mood, 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 mood. I can't see clearly, no, it's really the way you wrap around me like I'm feeling oasis. Can't run away, it's the best kind of terrified. Forever up in my mind. I'm upside down, go round and round and round and round. You're lightning, baby, don't you let me down. If you love me good, good.
My favourite map of Overpass is the next map, and again, I think this will be... I feel like there'll be more space for Orcs to play. Will they be more successful? Will they be successful? It's unlikely. It's an uphill struggle, certainly. But I think they will have more resolution to play with. I think it's going to be harder for Blameleth to be such a nuisance, although I'm sure a nuisance he will be. What are your expectations of Orcs on Overpass?
Yeah, that is a good question. I assume the structure is going to be pretty lacking, but I have seen teams, when they don't have much structure on Overpass, just go for risky setups on the CT side. There's room, because the map is so big and so open, to go for some cheeky, aggressive moves every now and then. So really, that's the main thing I want to see from Orcs. Just take some initiative, take some confident plays, and just try and make the game a bit weird, because you know you're not going to beat Astralis by playing standard CS. So why not throw some funky little rounds into the mix, try and catch them off guard. See if that's what they decide to do, as they will get to start on that CT side. A kit in play, a couple of nades as well. Meanwhile, Astralis have a hell of a lot of utility, and looks like they'll be using it towards this B bomb site.
Running...
Watch out for those two nades as well, when that bomb plant is attempted.
The running smoke for the balcony. This is a lot harder to do in CS2, I will add, as I think the bridge was lowered or something along those lines. Veggie will lower the numbers of Astralis on this B bomb site, but Borup has got a chance to plant that bomb. Always got to be careful about short B when you go for those fast plays and plants. Look at the grenades from Orcs this time. Wonderful stuff. Bomb still planted though. Down to Device. We've seen him do crazy things with pistols before. Let's not forget that time on train. This is not one of those times though. Down he goes.
Really well done here by Orcs. Had a really good setup to deal with that B-sided pop. And very importantly, Veggie got great damage from the site itself. I think they were maybe expecting him to get 1 kill, then they were going to use those nades and play retake. He gets that first, and then that turnaround is so impressive. Incredibly snappy. Those nades onto the site make such a difference. You can see the Orcs had that plan in mind. Even if they don't deny the bomb plant, sets them up really nicely for the retake. And again, if you don't deny the bomb plant, you've got a force buy to deal with, and an 8 in the hands of Device. The Lils as well. Buzz will spot some players crossing early. It's aggression coming in, but Buzz could be able to deal with this. Big damage dealt.
That is wild aggression from Orcs. That is quite a choke point to be running through versus a Galil when you've won a pistol. What now? Feels like they're not in control, and they are they gamble stacking the A bomb site? At least for the time being, they are. They'll throw the bite off smoke into Monster. And they are fully committed to this A bomb site. This is a fascinating run. I'm interested to see this, but Device's angle. Oh, he hasn't checked. Oh! Alvin, they're not got a kill from this. Oh, this is so awkward. My word. Now this is a round. What do you say about this, Hawker? Tell us, Hawker. Explain this.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I actually like what Orcs tried. I mean, maybe not the first playthrough Monster. That just felt a bit too much. But like the A stack was a pretty decent idea, right? You smoke Monster, you stack A. They just somehow lose every fight, which I really didn't think was possible. But oh well. I guess they'll have to try and bounce back from what is a pretty poor round for all of them. Man, that's a really tough loss to take.
Yeah. That's more levels of awkward than Producer Chris in an elevator. Hello, Producer Chris.
Expecting a clap back. Too nice. Oh, we did. Oh, we did.
Roasted.
I would love if that actually
that would be great. Oh, man. Well, that's a really rough round to lose. We'll leave it at that. Pistols it will be for Orcs. Love these angles.
Ooh,
okay.
They love the 5-7s. 4 of them in this round, and Olim's put his to work. And Molly is going to deny them from going up the stairs themselves. It was their own incendiary as well. Fight from Device. Buzz can be a beast in Monster. We've seen it before. He's looking for entries again. They're not looking his way, but HS turns around. Still a 2-on-2. Still no bomb recovered by Astralis. Get awkward. Stair moves in. SNX spots him. Easy advantage. Now it's Device forced into a clutch again.
That knife is like 20k, man. What's happening? Oh, HS. Has he got the sound cues? No, he hasn't. He's looking the wrong way. And he's... Okay, he was jumping, but I don't know that he's been heard. But both players are on the B bomb site. So they seem to have an idea, and Device has got his knife out, which is not good for his HP. Well, this is a strange game of overpass so far. This is bizarre. This is... It's just bizarre. I don't know what else to say. I have not seen a sequence of rounds like this.
Yeah, it's very odd. I was saying earlier, I think Orc's best chance is to just try and make the game as weird as possible. I think that's the way they're going to win rounds. And it's working so far. They're making the rounds weird, and they're winning some. So that's an upside. Still got a buy from Astralis, albeit only with 2 AKs. More aggression again. Org at range. Spotted that player, but didn't pull the trigger. Smoke is down, so he can hold this pretty comfortably. Meanwhile, his teammates also peeking into mid, so really fully taking this map control right here.
Nice Sid Mead tribute, this Org. Look him up on Tinternet. Nice positions for Orcs. They've still got a well-defended B-bomb site, despite how deep Milky is. Rollins, no, they've got to get their skates on. Buzz again on overpass is a menace. He is a can opener for Astralis on this bomb site, and Borup will do the trade, and with that, Buzz has done his job. 2-on-2. Device still with a pistol. Finds an MP9. Milky through Monster will get one for free, so it's Device with the MP9 and the Desert Eagle to try and clutch this round. So he's deliberately made sound of the MP9 to try and bait them into the Deagle. That is quite the noble effort, but the 5-second defuse is coming through. Well, he used all the tools he had afforded to him, but it wasn't enough after they lost position.
Yeah, a couple of clutches that have been just really difficult for Device to try and win so far. And that was still brilliant from Buzz. I remember talking to Simple, actually, after the game that they lost against Astralis, against Buzz. And he said he couldn't quite believe every round he was just looking at the kill feed and seeing Buzz get another entry. And that is an example of just what he can do on this map. Can Astralis get another force buy here? His AWP shot only good for the leg. Meanwhile, Device has found an opener of his own. So yet again, Astralis looking competitive with another force buy.
Yeah, and that kill on long has completely forced the AWP back to the bomb site to look down long. So a lot of the map control that Orcs, the presence they had, has been compromised early. We'll note that Squeaky's being blown off. Always strong for a CT squad. 3 men towards speed end for Astralis. No one really seen, though, by Orcs. Guesswork for them as, again, they are playing very defensive now. Device of a rifle versus a Norp, which was seen towards A. It'll be interesting to see his process against a Norp posted up somewhere. In the meantime, Astralis will show big presence towards that B bomb side. SNX is dropped, and that's so much position for them. Bomb makes his way through Monster. They'll take both bomb sites at the same time. This spells disaster for the remainder of Orcs.
Damage onto Buzz, but even though he's low, use the headshot angle there. Finally, they find him. The Borup there for the trade. Veggie has no choice but to try and save as he might. Device has him locked in right here. This might be Astralis finally breaking through. They've been going for a few of these force buys. As soon as you win one, CT's money is so weak. Maybe Orcs put down into a weakened buy in this next one. Nothing saved at the end. Did see Orcs win with one of those low buys earlier. I think with that loss bonus so low, the option has to be to go for the force here. That was that first kill from Device. Great counter strafe. Again, Buzz putting in a shift on that B-bomb site. Oh, that was the trade from Borup. It was a wall bang. Okay, that is unfortunate. Orcs just have to live with it.
Timing. Oh, that's so meaty, isn't it? So meaty indeed. Buzz with the continuation spray. He'll find a second. Blamev can try to protect the weapon. Veggie is going to go for it, though. No spray from Blamev just yet. Oh, they're going to emerge together. Veggie's just about surviving. Gamble's being taken. Someone's going to go and pick up the bomb as well. Borup will be the man to do that. Veggie and Milky will be split. This is weirdly winnable at this point. Unlikely still, but many of these rounds have been have had high variance. That was the word I was looking for earlier, was variance. Oh boy, that is quite a Desert Eagle. Quite chunky indeed. Veggie could be anywhere now with his 12 HP. All he needs is the element of surprise. Was he hurt by a stair? Doesn't look like it.
Surely Astralis don't split up here in the 2-on-1. Stair is currently looking into the A-bomb site. I think once he moves in, surely Borup comes back to join his teammate. And Veggie was just really hoping that Astralis would second guess themselves because of that advanced info that Milky got. I was hoping they would assume that Veggie would have rotated up to A as well. So you can understand the mind games in play. Looks like Astralis have read it this time. So no way to win the round for Veggie. You can really see, as you said earlier, Orcs are just trying to up the variance in the way they're playing. A lot of really aggressive rounds. And I think that's worked out okay early for them. But it really feels like Astralis are starting to figure that out now. I mean, you even said it. You saw the nade early from Buzz, right? He was just kind of trying to deny some of the aggression. So I think Astralis are going to start to just play to deny this early aggression from the CTs. It continues. I could see Astralis starting to get the right reads and figure out this CT aggression here.
So much fun to watch Buzz. On Overpass especially, he just seems to be feeling it. When he starts walking into that B bomb site, you know problems are on the way. Plenty of practice did he get in Cologne. 3-3 now. We'll see if Astralis can build some momentum and try to limit this variant. A very bumpy road so far. Angle clearing from Blameth. Heat map is quite busy on this B-bomb sites. Target practice for Blame. There goes the AK. That reload will bring Milky straight into the hands of Buzz. Again, Blameth and Buzz. The simple bait, lots of Bs. Astralis will lead by 1. Money's not spectacular for Orcs, but let's see what they pull out of the bag.
Yeah, loving to see that Buzz Blameth connection you've been talking about. I know that Buzz was saying earlier as well. He's taking a bit of inspiration from Blameth, hitting the gym. Vice is also looking massive these days. Good. At the buy, not too bad for Orcs. Famas and MP9 in there. The nades missing as well, but really capable, especially with the aggressive stance they've been taking. Got some aggression again. This time a couple of players in A long. Olymp in connector. And Veggie's the man to swing for 2 kills from long. The bomb was dropped, so Orcs might try and fight this further. The flash, look it out there, and that is Orcs all over this A bomb site. Borup can't do anything. It's Veggie with a massive quad kill.
This is aggressive, and I like it. Because I have no idea what is coming from round to round. I have no idea whatsoever. Eos continues. I did feel like they would get more space, but I mean, you can't expect this. But this is great. This is scrappy. And normally, if the teams are trading rounds, CT versus T, you'd say that might be in the T's favor. But I just think that Orcs being a heavy underdog, coming into this unranked, they'll take whatever they can get. And this is pretty good so far. Just catching players running up the slide.
Playtime is over.
Like excited dogs.
Yeah.
And like
nice to see. Veggie, a former VP player, was one of the players brought in when VP were trying to make some roster moves towards the end of that lineup. That was found his way back on a rising Polish team. Oh, a little too easy for Device. Milky goes for the fight, but Device too far ahead of the game to fall for that one. Clean man advantage for Astralis, finally denying some of that early aggression Orcs have been going for. Again, look at the mini-map. It is just so risky, so high variance. They're faking flashes on A while fully stacking B. I don't know if Astralis fall for it this time.
Orc activity is rising. Raise the alarm. SNX fully committed as the rest try to race over. He'll see some. How much time can they buy? Flashes have come and gone now for Orcs as SNX will find himself trapped. We're sure he's there. I think he was. Left his team to clean up. What of the remainder then? Behind enemy lines is Borup. Do they know he's here? HS is trying to escape, I think. But he'll find an escape one way or the other. Veggie now just hiding behind enemy lines. No defuse kit, so there's no funky ninja to be had here. Unless there is one upstairs. He's dodged everybody so far, but how does he survive? Oh, he hasn't got time. Even if there is a kit, I don't think he would make it. There's the kit. There's Buzz. And out of there. Oh, God. Just not what they were looking for. Kit just too far away. Astralis just running around a little too close. Very many what-ifs. One thing is for sure is that Astralis lead by 1. Ropey money again for Orcs. What will they do with it?
Strauss just making sure to stick with the bomb there. And we're starting to see some of those Orcs risky plays go against them. I think in earlier rounds, the high variance was paying off. We were pushing with multiple players on the right sides of the map. Now they are starting to lose some of these players early. First attempt is a nice idea. The Vice was spotted. Bit of damage done. But they did lose that one player they had over on the A side of the map. The Orcs will rotate because we've got some aggression in from Olim. Taking map control. Buzz spam through the smoke. He's got that kill onto Olim. IMF gets one through the smoke as well. Looking Helena now from Astralis.
And done. Clean them all up. Like that reason sticker on the AWP. Reason sticker's the best sticker, man. It is.
Old school.
Not just because I have one on an AWP as well.
Sure.
I have one that was scratched once on a Pit Viper, and because it was scratched once, all these collectors are like, "Oh, nah, it's not worth anything." So I got it for like less than 200 euros or something, which is crazy and extremely stupid, but great for me.
You can't even see it if it's scratched once, really, can you?
Yeah, no, you can't. It's so absurd. Completely absurd. But there we are.
Wow.
Cheap port for me, expensive one for the Vice. Looking for kill number 7.
Uh-oh.
I need a wallbang headshot. Oh, he gets the rifle support first, and Milky's got no idea. Oh, that positioning was less than desirable. Milky knows better than that. Well, he learned by getting punished.
Still thoroughly impressed with the Vice's read on the setup. Immediately, he's like, yeah, okay, there's going to be a rifle support. I should pre-strafe that position. Very well done. Device is one of those players that you can tell just has that immediate instinct for what's going on.
He is the Shang Tsung of AWPers. He's absorbed the souls of everybody else, combined the knowledge of his own on top.
Really feels like it. Spare, trying to move into mid. Work out though, Milky denies. Again, aggression coming. Vice will try and molly to deny that aggression. Smoke gives him some space. Tell though, or maybe he doesn't. The P250 doing work for now. How is Device getting away with this? Oh, now he gets the AWP out, ready for them to push him. Okay, they finally handle Device, but at what cost? While all that was happening, the B site is taken, and the round is effectively over.
They've got themselves an AWP now.
That's true.
That's good. Maybe the Chaos has run out of steam to some degree. An open hands though, there is opportunity for more. Especially with the learnings from that previous setup. Just isn't the bandwidth to play those angles as we saw. Always triggers me that there are signs for a disabled toilet in the toilets areas, but there is no disabled toilet. It's a lie. It's griefing people.
It's not a funny joke either, really.
I think on CS2 there's like, it almost looks like an elevator that goes to the bathrooms. So now they've got rather than actually fix the mistake, they found a way around it.
It works. I like
New
that.
overpass is very nice. I like that they adjusted the pipe jump after making it super basic. They made it a skill jump as well.
Yeah, it's
you need
pretty hard.
aspirational jumps for people with 0 skills, you know?
Yeah.
That's good. Good stuff. So Rops did it backwards, but none of us are Rops. Or Device, who will drop Milky at the beginning of this round. There goes the AWP again. Stralis looking for a 9th in the first half of overpass. Focus later on how many T rounds the Orcs can get, but there are still 6 on the table for this CT side. Keeping it competitive is Veggie, dropping Borup in connector. Bomb getting collected by Astralis' 2-man on roads down along. Making their way towards toilets. Buzz lurking outside B. Enough players to have a good spread for Astralis as they reach the minute mark.
Still with that spread, maybe there is a chance to try and catch some of these Astralis players individually. Like smoke in front of the site will be awkward for HS, will be hard for him to play for info. That might just allow Astralis to go back towards B. Seems like Orcs are taking this risk though. They're just going to gamble, rotate down to this B site with everyone. Looks like a good read right now. They may not have utility, but just the crossfires could be good here for Orcs.
When does he choose to speak up? Oh, never mind. Buzz knows all the angles on overpass there. We'll get that second one, but the trades are here. The numbers are here for Astralis, including number 9 as far as the rounds are concerned. Orcs are losing grip on the chaos.
Really feels like it. I think Astralis just have a really good counter to that early CT aggression in Device. He was just picked quite a few positions and got that first kill, holding for the aggressive maneuvers. That round, Borup got an early kill as well. So even with the right risk taken, Astralis a little too together to fall to that B stack that was in play. This is a trick I try in matchmaking. Just put the smoke behind you, peek in front of it. Not gonna fool Device with that one.
Juicy buy from Orcs. Got some good util in this round. Have a look at this angle from Milky. Looking for a quick scope. Feels tense. Buzz sent out again. Almost gets his crosshair over to the boost. But the AWP is lost. Jiggling short B. Try and buy some time. The weight of Orcs is down below. Olimpo find himself somewhat stuck in the corner. But will help be on the way. Or has he been left to die?
Ooh, aggression might be nice here. Vice not looking. Oh, he still adjusts though. And now Veggie has got a lot to do on the hold.
Focus on the toilets, but that smoke will soon be gone, and Blameth is waiting behind it. He knows Blame F has got to be somewhere. Little pre-fire from Veggie, but he'll need a reload soon. He's only got 8 bullets left. Heading towards the 20-second mark as he slowly slips back to the site. They're swinging through now, and there is no mercy to be shown from Astralis as they head towards double figures. Orcs victimized once again.
Warning shots from Blame F. X with just a FAMAS, but he still gets run down. 10 rounds, almost guaranteed for Astralis at this point. Tries the man to get the final kill. 10-4 up, looking much better than they did yesterday. Astralis, togetherness is there. I liked that early setup from Orcs. I think it's important they keep coming up with those ideas. This boost basically guaranteed the trade kill. That's the shot from Device. Flicks straight across to the left. Once Stair gets that entry onto A, it is all over for Orcs. The final shot. It's got to be annoying for HS. Final round of the half. Buzz has been doing great work on B. This time he will be traded early, so Orcs might take that as a win, especially with Olim catching Borup on the edge of that smoke. That's a man advantage for the CTs.
Continuing to be proactive, interconnector they go. Abandoning the B-bomb site, expecting Astralis to perhaps play out a slow round of only 3 remaining, but in they go to that B-bomb site. But how could they really solve this puzzle? Device spots 1 on the rotation. They know there are CTs towards short B, and here come those grenades once again. Gets hit by the molly and then shot by the AK. All going wrong, but Olymp is here as well. 56 seconds and Vice misses his shot. Blame F in the cut now. Milky gets caught out, leaving Olymp alone. Oh, he saw him. Olymp finished him off. 5 rounds for the Orcs at half-time. Have they done enough? Only time will tell.
I don't know where to go from here. Is it worth the fear? All alone, filling up with tears, and I'm hardly here. I am still burning slow. Though it's stuck it out now. Is it time to go? Keep winning. How the hell do you make it look so easy? I'm spinning, and I can't seem to get back on my feet. Yeah, I might give up, 'cause I'm falling down now. Won't be good enough. I miss it. Those days when nothing ever really mattered. So willing to give it all, even though you might just shatter. Now you're scared of time. Gotta beat the clock now. It's all up to bright. Cut my break, struck out when you had about 30 chances. One bad day, now you don't know how to pay for the damage. I don't wanna cry. If I'm gonna fall back, it's a waste of time. that I'm such a weirdo. Tattoos from my toes to my earlobes. Was a role model, I never had a hero. I learned how to live through the stereo. Coming from where I come from, the inferior. Everything you see ain't what it appears though. Everything that I built made that from zero, then added a zero. I am my hero. You couldn't imagine what it's like in my mind.
Five rounds, half time. Orcs are probably the biggest underdog in the tournament, currently unranked, learning by being the recipient of sheer brutality. Although they did manage to thrive in the chaos in some of these rounds. Now let's see what they can do on the T side. That's where the struggle becomes real, I feel like.
No silence
Especially
needed.
on all the technical maps they have been forced to play. Indeed, Device is turning off rather than turning on.
I love that from Device. Spot them jumping, don't even take a shot. Get out of there. You're the solo A player. All called that strat in MM, and your solo A player dies, and you're wondering what the hell he was doing. It's the Doolies of Borup, though, that may need to deny this B play, although the rotate back is really solid. Flashes in. Borup didn't realize they were out already. 2 entries for Orcs, make it 3. Olymp putting in a great work here. And Device does nothing with that silencer off. That is a really convincing pistol.
Bro, they just got smoked by a face at level 4 strat.
It's the classic.
Round the world
My
pistol. Run at 8 and go through connector. Nice work. See? It's doable. It's a real strat, boys. Astralis just got smoked by it, and Orcs find themselves with an opportunity. Now, let's not forget what happened in the first half. Things got weird real quick, and we'll see if that will be true once again for Orcs, or if they can do one better on this occasion. Buzz is going to swing. There'll be flashes. Veggie is dropped. There's rifles to be collected. He's got himself an AK-47, a Kalashnikov, no less.
That's not a bad start. I can't believe Orcs just ran through like that. And they're still taking fights. Oh, Borup gets a little too tempted to get the gun of his own. HS denies, but it's still a man advantage for Astralis.
Rough in terms of range. Double scout AK.
He's watching Monster.
Mac 10s for Orcs, although they're on no helmet. Half these players are naked. How many can they lose? Olymp now versus 2, 50 HP. He's been tagged. Flame F has got nothing else to do. Job will be done by Device, and failure has happened again. Orcs sometimes looking like lemmings on this game of Overpass.
It almost seemed like the idea there in the 4v3 for Astralis was have the scout exposed behind the pillar, so you can have the Buzz AK trade from barrels just really quickly. Almost like they just used him as bait on purpose. Worked out in the long run. They trade to success. Now SNX has bought full nades and no gun. Trying to be a team player, I guess. Not spending his $500 for some reason. Oh, they're not even clearing the corner. Oh, baby. Flame F in behind them. There's such a nuisance over on Nuke. He just don't clear his corner here on Overpass.
It's always blame. Always blame.
Wants it. Tell he wants it.
Dealt with.
That's fair. Thank you for nowhere near.
I missed the Emerald Web gloves. I unboxed some Fade gloves where the wear was 0.1337, so obviously I had to sell the other ones. They are very nice though. Nice round from Blame. Full control on the CT side. And again, I think that the T side has to be where Orcs struggle with the maps they've in part being forced to play, in part chosen to play. I just think at this level, doesn't quite cut the mustard as we are seeing. Shooting gallery for Astralis in round 19. Veggie and HS remain. Combined 77 HP. -7 now. Three rounds away from victory from a turbo 2-0 are Astralis.
See if Buzz buys an AWP or not. He's got a bit of extra money. No, decides to go with the M4 instead. And, oh, someone else dropped Device the AWP. Blame F, who had even more cash. I didn't even see how rich Blame F was. That makes sense. Meanwhile, Milky stuck on a scout over on the other side. Let's see what Orcs have on their T side then. Early utility deployed out to B. That's a lurk smoke through Monster. It might not matter though, because the aggression from Astralis looks like it could be suffocating. Flash in for Blame F. Might get more out of this. Stare close by. He gets flashed away. Blame F's aggression is denied. Stare's still sticking close by, but Device is cut off by the smoke, so can't help him. He's gonna hang around here with the Tech 9.
Oh boy. That's the bomb. Everyone's gone downstairs. They've lost the angles, and he's got an AWP. And he's got a shadow advantage. He has everything he wants. He can also buy time for that rotation to come through. Borup's coming in from the back. Buzz is coming in from the front. They've got all the angles. They've got everything they want. They've got all the toys. Nothing but misery for Orcs in this round.
I can't believe Device stuck around with the Tech 9. I do love it. I mean, listen, they did hand-deliver him the bomb. You could never have expected that to come out from it, but still.
Bang.
Oh, and then the AWP out. That angle, you're never getting through. One of you's going to fall. Rest of Astralis come in to clean up every single Orcs player.
Oh, look at those leaves, man. Those are budget. Those are like Mega Drive graphics. That angle we just saw. Like Toe Jam and Earl era leaves.
There is some there's something charming about the old school graphics to me.
Oh yeah.
I can see why the younger generation might not feel the same way.
Man, it's I keep forgetting there's a guy, I'm not sure if he's American or Canadian, on YouTube who I think he's getting some more traction now, but he made a video on how dirty the old maps were in CS versus the new polished maps like Nuke, for example, in CSGO, which was quite an interesting point, that they were grimy, dirty maps before, and they aren't as much as they used to be. And it was something that when he mentioned it, I was like, damn, I do kind of miss that from those older eras of Counter-Strike. Of course, the sewers are positively disgusting in CS2. Orcs making their way into the B-bomb site, into the meat grinder. Fingers first, close your eyes, you don't want to witness this.
That was pretty nice from Borup with the AK. He's been getting a lot of body shots so far. Good to see some headshots from him. Sit behind the smoke. It's a good spray transfer. A really solid work from Borup here. Final one, not easy. Your opponent was behind a teammate. He pulls the trigger and puts Astralis onto series point. The bounce back looking good for Astralis after they lost their opener against NIP here at Pro League. 15-6 scoreline right now. Blame F. Damage the nade should be good here. Oh, they finished the job. 5 on 3 already for Astralis.
True Astralis fashion. This is what you call taking your licks, man. Getting battered as you grow. It's part of the process. You learn in failure, in loss. That is the job of Orc. This week at Pro League, it is to get deleted and rise again. A little bit wiser, a little bit stronger. versus squad to have done this all before and many times over. They've earned their stripes, they've got their wisdom. That is the uphill struggle. Astralis, the Avalanche in this series, will completely smother their opponent and move forward in the mid-bracket comfortably.
Very good win for Astralis here, and a very professional win, I think it's fair to say. Came in with some cool ideas on Nuke. Some of the ways they denied Yard were very well taken. And then here they adapted very quickly on the second map. They didn't let the game get messy. They started to handle that early aggression Orcs were throwing in. You can see the Orcs were just trying to make Astralis as uncomfortable as possible, but Astralis very quickly turned it on and just denied everything from this Orc side.
Yeah, those early rounds were quite interesting, very unpredictable rounds. But there we go. Again, Orcs are a heavy underdog. They come into this one unranked and they are learning as they go along. I think there's a fair amount of takeaways they can take from that. Again, I've said it multiple times, the combo of Blame and Buzz, looking at the series overall, is a great example of how two people can be quite effective on the CT side across maps. So I think there's plenty of things to learn, plenty of strides they can take by looking at what their opponent did to them and how they did it and how they worked together to use information to contain them. Again, like there was some rounds where they were down in secret, Blame was on the edge of the vents keeping a look, and the Buzz was up top, just making sure they know exactly where they are. Don't need to pursue them after that, just punish them for trying to get a little further. So yeah, against a tight-knit Astralis team, plenty of examples for Orcs to pick up from and learn from.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something Astralis, really deserve a lot of credit for, the cohesion. It felt like as soon as this roster came together, they were actually very coordinated straight away on the Astralis side. So I think that shows maybe there is a bit of natural chemistry here. I know that when some of the talent over in Malta were talking to the team, they were basically saying it felt like Astralis had the best mood and were the happiest team out of any of the teams there right now. So I'm sure that goes a long way. Getting on outside the server, having that positive mentality for the squad. Seems like it's transferring into the server too with some of those moments you were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure Astralis don't want to drop further in the brackets. They'll be very keen to keep the momentum going as they move forward. We'll have a look at how the bracket is shaping up a bit later on after we have our interview and so on. Yeah, I think there will be, we didn't see the match versus Ninjas and Pajamas yesterday, but they might have a chance to get revenge on NIP's revenge later on in the tournament. But I think for them, there isn't too much to take away from this. They played solid versus a new team and delivered the goods and kind of on to the next one. So I think they'll be immediately focused on their next opponent. But how far do you reckon an Astralis can go, in your opinion, on this particular bracket?
I think that they should be pretty solid here, honestly. I know that against NIP they took that loss, but I think sometimes we do see teams come into these groups and not be at 100%. I expect they pick it up later on in the group. And yeah, I think really you've got to remember the top 4 teams make it through to playoffs at a minimum. So I think that's now obviously the aim for Astralis. You're not in that upper bracket anymore, so you can't really skip those phases straight into the later stages of the playoffs. So really, as long as they make it through here, I think they'll probably say job done. I think for Orcs, it is worth saying for them, they got 2 pretty tough draws here, realistically. There's still that lower bracket for them, and that's where I'm hoping we'll actually see a little more just from their players and just glimpses of what this team is capable of, because they made it here for a reason. They want to qualify to get here, so I'm sure we'll see some more from them later on.
Yeah, I would like to see a different map than Nuke. Obviously, Vitality picked it against them. Arguably is the worst map they could play versus one of the best or the best team in the world, the highest ranked team for sure. They picked it today, and I don't think it went too much better for them. I think it's just going to be a difficult map versus an organized team, essentially. That's going to be true of many maps in CS as well, but I think Nuke is a uniquely rough one. So we'll see once they get to that lower bracket what kind of maps they bring out. But enough about them. We've got Blameth on the line after that victory, and I'm sure everybody talks to you. You know, you've got massive arms and so on. Everyone talks to you about fitness, but I want to talk to you about a bit of nutrition. So I knew you guys were playing today, so I thought, all right, we'll probably get you an interview. So I thought I'd buy myself some, you know, we're geeks, right? We don't cook, we get delivery. So what I've done is I've bought some pots and pans here. I've bought a 5-piece set to cook some healthy food with. So my question for you, Blame, is what is the most OP vegetable and what do I do with these?
The most OP vegetable is a good piece of meat. I'll tell you that right now, which you can just enjoy at any time. And what you use those to is honestly, I don't know, like the thing you just pointed at, like just to cook them, I guess. So yeah, just go for the meat and forget the vegetables and you'll be fine.
All right, so am I going in the right direction with this? Shall I put the meat in here?
It's actually not. It doesn't look like the best pan to get a good crust on a good steak, but you can go for it if you're kind of like new to cooking and that kind of stuff. But I would never cook on that. Yeah, you can do it.
Oh, okay. I've wasted my money, Hawker. Have you got any questions for Blame?
Yeah,
You can
sure.
maybe put
I
like
mean,
an omelette
it's
or
not going to
something
be. Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. I was going to ask about in-game leading, Blame, because a lot of people, when you're on complexity, I know they always said, oh, he's just so selfish as an in-game leader. I look at this team, the coordination and the team play looks great. I don't know, what would you say about your in-game leading now and how it is now versus how it maybe was in the past for you?
I think maybe it hasn't changed too much in the way I see the game, but I think it changed a bit in my positions. I think I took over overall basically all Glaze positions, so like it's like the more supportive roles, like on Inferno and Overpass. A lot of rounds I'm just standing with flashes, honestly, the beginning of all the rounds and trying to set up my teammates. And then Star got all the roles I had before almost on every map except I think like maybe Ancient. So it's just a lot more, I guess, supportive in the beginning of the rounds, and then I think we just have better coordination in this team maybe than we had back then. But yeah, I don't think my vision of how I watch the game has changed that much, but I think the meta maybe has changed a lot. I think you have to go more in-depth with different philosophies in Counter-Strike now on T-sides. Back then it was way easier thing to call because the meta wasn't as like chaotic as it is now, I think.
Very cool.
On a serious note, if you were in the shoes of the Orcs guys, for example, like you've been playing together and trying to qualify, you kind of get on well together and so on. You're at the early stage, you get thrown in on the deep end versus very strategic teams. You get annihilated with Grenade versus likes of Astralis. Obviously, Vitality was a rough ride yesterday as well. What do you think is like what would be your focus if you were in their shoes? Because we asked Flamesy this yesterday and he said just play Counter-Strike, just get loads of matches in and so on. But for anyone who's watching who might be in the shoes of like an Orcs in the future, what kind of things would you be focusing on if you were in their shoes?
I honestly think they did the right thing today. I think they played the way that we watched them play. Like, I don't think I can only tell from my perspective, obviously, but I think that they try to play their own game, and I think that's important because then it's easier for them. If they go out or something of the group, then it's easy for them to go home and evaluate and see, like, what can we do better, rather than go into, like, a pro league and be like, okay, we need to change everything now because we're playing against better teams. So I think they did a lot of the stuff that they did in the demos as well, and I think now, like, after each loss, they have to evaluate it. They can, like, see how they can get better. I think that's the best way for every team, and we do the same ourselves.
Awesome. I wanted to ask just quickly about the NIP game from yesterday, because I know you obviously beat them at Cologne, and then they were saying post-game they felt like they got a much better chance to have a full chance to prepare for you this time. Is that something you felt in that matchup, or what was your take?
That's great. That sounds like a great excuse from last time. But yeah, it's of course great to go out and say that every time you lose, you can always come out and say like, yeah, I wish we did this like we did this. But in reality, I think this match we played against at this time, I think they were just better, honestly. I think we struggled with coming up with solution mid-rounds, and yeah, like they were the better team, at least when we watched it back. Like, we didn't sit and think like, okay, like we were the worst team in the world. I think honestly just beat us, and they were a better team that day. So yeah, props to them.
All right, well,
Oh, he-
congratulations on a comfortable victory today, and good luck with the rest of the brackets.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Well, I'm going to go and buy some new pans because Blameth basically told me that my pans are shit. I didn't even take the receipt. I said no thanks. I didn't think I'd need it, but apparently I made a mistake there. So there we go. An omelette.
Yeah, it depends what you want to eat, I suppose.
I've got a big head. This is a head-sized pan, and he's only putting an omelette in here. What size are these? What size are these steaks he's cooking, man? Let's have a look at the bracket and see how things are looking after today's action, at least on Stream B. This is how things began yesterday. For the brutality ensued. Boy, have we seen some brutality yesterday and today. Movistar Riders qualified earlier on, and Vitality will join them in that playoff scenario. So NIP, after and despite beating Astralis earlier on, will be headed to the mid-bracket after all.
Yeah, mid-bracket well underway now as well. We've had the opening games of our mid-bracket, and you can see some of those matchups that will be coming up now for Astralis going up against Gamer Legion. Two similarly ranked teams right now, even if Astralis have the bigger name value, and then NIP going up against Furia as well. So pretty competitive matchups, I would say.
Yeah, and maybe there is some potential for a Astralis NIP rematch. Then again, perhaps not. We shall see. Furia have had some up and down results. We'll see what kind of Furia turns up later on when they start playing again. But in that lower bracket, all the way at the back in the corner, Orcs and Greyhound. Two teams who, it is fair to say, have had a very rough ride of things for perhaps different reasons, but they will head off against each other in that lower bracket, and perhaps we will see the best of those teams in that match once their backs are to the wall and they've got to fight for their way forward.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the best chance yet, right, for Orcs. We've seen Greyhound have a few issues throughout this tournament, so I'm hoping that Orcs can, really just show their individual skill in that one. I actually think they should be maybe the more skilled team in that matchup. I could see that being the case, so should be a real chance for Orcs to finally show us what they're capable of.
Yeah, we've seen some bright lights and potential from Greyhound in the past, but this week hasn't really been the case, but they've got one more opportunity to show us that light that we've seen from them in the past. Our broadcast has come to a close for today. I'm going to go and research pans and see if I can find the thumbs up from Blameth. You guys go and do what you need to do. We'll see you next week for more Pro League.
passion. Share your passion. Wherever, whenever. Gaming is a lifestyle. Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
It's time for the DHL Drop. Every week, CSGO talent go head-to-head to beat the buzzer. You can join them by typing !DHL Drop in the chat. Answer the questions correctly to get added to the global leaderboard. The higher you climb, the closer to earning a prize you are.
Give me my props, thinking we gon' stop. All I got is love for those that's riding with me. All these models vibing with me. Say so, please don't max the case low. Rolling that dice, et would be nice. Text coming in, love to see, love to me, C to C, easily. Drop flows, I got goals, please spread the word. We're kicking haters to the curb. Catching up, party in the tree. Doing it major league, yeah. Just want you to vibe with me. Touch the sky, come fly with me. Be real, don't lie to me. Where it's going, bringing it back. No, bringing it back. No, you know. Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I grab a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gonna block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I'm in it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, gang torn, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sick old mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.